We got on the phone. Perfect
What is
timing,
up?
dude. David Bailey, who we were just
Hey,
talking
man.
about here. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly fine. So, where is all this treasury company shit going to? Is it going to just turn into like shitcoin banks where we have Doge banks, fucking Ripple banks, fucking Ethereum banks, fucking BTC banks, and they're all just fractional reserve shitcoins, and we're all
Well,
just
so
trading in
we
our
can talk
fucking.
treasuries.
No, I
We
just
can,
want to know, where is it all going? Is this where we're all going? Where we're just going to the Doge bank and we're getting fractional reserve tokens? Is that what we're doing here?
I think all these other like crypto treasury codes, they're gonna end up the same place where the underlying asset ends up. So if you put dog shit in a public company, you end up with dog shit. But I also why I came to join the space is I wanted to talk about the last video y'all did where y'all roasted me hard.
No, we
So
slayed
like,
you. That's called slaying, David. So in Bitcoin, there's this thing called you can't use the cloak of Bitcoin to push shit coins and scams, right? So in the past, you know this. Come on, David. You can't do that, bro. That's not how that works. So the great scammers of all time, like Arthur Hayes, and we have like what was that guy that we were talking about earlier?
I don't know, but I
No,
think
no. So what I'm trying to say is, like, the greatest scammers of all time, they own that crypto cloak and they just continuously do it. And that's fine. You can do that. But what you can't do is you can't put on the crypto cloak and then go scam. You can't do that, David. That's not the Bitcoin way.
do we have?
So what I'm trying to get you to understand is, like, you can't put on the Bitcoin conference, you can't call it Bitcoin magazine, and then you can't go and scam. What you can do is you can call it the crypto conference and you can call it crypto magazine and you can go scam. That's cool. But what you should do, and this is why I wanted you to come on, is that what you can do is you should just spin out Bitcoin Magazine, spin out Bitcoin Conference, let Shinobi run it, let somebody who's like a true Bitcoiner run it, and then do Crypto Conference and Bitcoin Crypto Magazine at Vegas, dude. That'll be way bigger, it'll make way more money. And so that's what I think you should do. That's what I advise for you. You're welcome, by the way. I'm giving you free alpha here. And honestly, though, I actually think you'll get a lot more people on your side. So that's all I want you to hear.
Okay, well, do we have questions for?
No, that's all I really wanted him to hear. And so
well,
like,
dude,
so like,
first
so
off,
like,
first
you
off,
just can't do that. You can't say it's Bitcoin because it's not, dude.
so first off, I just want to say I'm a fan of Stacker.News. I'm a fan of the product. I've been a fan for a long time. So I will. All due respect for a great product, and I think I've been following it since it launched. We actually tried to create a Lightning product as well to like onboard people. It was called Carrot, and then we changed it to the Bitcoin Magazine app. But
Appreciate that.
Yeah, respect for what y'all built, and it's a good product. Okay,
Thank
so now let's talk about the issues that you have, because I feel like some of the things that you mentioned in your last video are just I mean, you can be mad at a fantasy that you can create, or you can have like real criticisms that are true, and we can talk about those. But like some of the stuff you're saying is just like not true. It's not true at all.
Dude, I like how you're saying you. Like, no, this is a lot of people, dude. I'm just the only one that's willing to stand up about it because you're actually pissing a lot of people off. It's just everybody's so afraid of you, bro. That's the weirdest thing, David. And you don't even know that because you got so many simps. You got so many people who are afraid to tell you to your face. But Car don't give a shit, bro. Cause we don't give a shit. Like here at Pleb Lab, we don't give a fuck. And then like the fact that you have so many people afraid of you that won't tell you to your face is like crazy, man. That's the craziest part.
Well, let's hear what.
That's the craziest part, bro. So that the fact that you have so many simps around you is wild, bro. That's wild to me.
Well, I think if you follow like my comments on Twitter, like what people post,
I'm not on Twitter because it's broken.
There's a lot of people that give me shit all the time. So it's like I don't think like you're the only person who has this view, but you're the only person that articulated in a video that I was like, okay, I'll respond to this because I respect what y'all built. So I thought I'd respond to.
I used to have a lot of respect for you. Like I was a big fan of you when you like built up the conference and you got it from all those old people, and like what you did and you turned it around. Like it really reached a height in 21, and like how you dude, you did so much greatness for the community. But David, but like to see where it's gone the past 2 years, bro. Like, and then to see what it's doing now, it's just like all you're doing is making our jobs, boots on the ground, a lot harder, man. Dude, I'm on calls every week, and they're literally asking me like, what the fuck is going on in Bitcoin? Like, and I have to sit there and explain like what's going on. And I'm not talking ill will like the way I'm doing it now about you because I have your attention. I'm literally trying to explain things to them about what's going on in the industry. And like a lot of what you're doing is you're at the very top. You have a lot of influence, and you're responsible for a lot of what's going on. It's all trickling down to us here at the bottom, at the plebs who are doing the groundwork. Like,
Carl,
and so
let's let him talk a bit.
Yeah, go
because
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
We have him for a brief time, but I would. So do you have anything specifically that you wanted to respond to in the first video, or do you?
I mean, it was like the whole video was just like very, very. I felt like, unfair. I mean, look, you can criticize the products that we built that like they could be better. Like, I mean, I'm not going to say that we have perfect products, and like I would challenge you if you think you can do it better to go and do it. Like I'm not like restricting or keeping anyone from competing or trying to build a better product. I think we have the best Bitcoin conference in the world for normal users. Like, it's not a developer conference. It's not, an institutional conference, but in terms of like normal users, I think it's the best Bitcoin conference in the world. And I think Bitcoin Magazine, as far as I'm aware, is the only Bitcoin publication in the world that I know there's like people who run Twitter accounts, but like there's like actually an organization that's out there doing like journalism, etc. So we run, probably the biggest Bitcoin journalism outlet that's there. We have the biggest Bitcoin conference. We have the biggest Bitcoin venture fund that's probably funded, I don't know, $50 million of Lightning Network companies, companies across the entire Bitcoin spectrum. And some I'm sure that you'd be critical of, but at the end of the day, they're all utilizing and working on building on Bitcoin. And, our whole goal and vision for our company is like how to expand Bitcoin adoption, how to get as many people as possible using Bitcoin. Like, that's what we do every day, all day. So it's like, okay, to go from that to like, okay, your video is like, we're the epitome of evil, corrupting the culture of Bitcoin. It's like, I don't even know what you're suggesting that we should do differently to have, to respond to your criticism. Like, what's the specific thing that you think we do wrong?
Well, first off, like, you're literally inviting a Chinese communist named Justin Sun to your conference. Like, why are you inviting a known Chinese communist to your conference and then getting him in dinner with Donald Trump, who is also like, what the fuck is that, dude? Like, everybody knows in Bitcoin he's a Chinese communist. And then so you have the CCP talking to fucking Donald Trump, who we know the last presidency, Joe Biden, also had Chinese communists in his cabinet. So this is another thing, dude, where I just feel like you're literally just not, like, no one's telling you these things. I don't know if you just don't have an advisor, or no one's like saying, hey, David, like, maybe this is not a good idea for these reasons, or like or no one's just like checking you or something. And like this, so like maybe we just need a phone call every once in a while. So you just like, hey, Car, what do you think? Like, or maybe you just need to like get outside your bubble, which is Twitter, and like just like something like. And so that's what I'm trying to say is like, I don't know if you're actually like getting some real good, solid people around you that are telling you what's going on. And like when you were talking about the whole Lightning space and you're funding it, it's all shitcoin stuff, dude. It's all like shitcoin stuff. There's nothing actually really real that you're funding. The other thing that you mentioned was the you said there's no hang on, let me finish. I let you talk. Let me finish. The other thing that you mentioned was like, oh, there's no Bitcoin. Yes, there is. There's Bitcoin News. BitcoinNews.com is doing some really good stuff. We use them. Pleb Lab uses Bitcoin News. They covered a lot of our conferences. You said there's no good conferences. Yes, there is. There's Bitcoin Plus Plus doing amazing stuff. You also said there's no other good conference. Yes, there is. There's BitBlock Boom doing amazing stuff here in Texas. BitBlock Boom. Bitcoin Plus Plus. Hang on, let me finish. I let you finish, David. My turn. So there's Bitcoin Plus Plus doing amazing stuff around the world. There is also BitBlock Boom doing amazing stuff here in Texas. There's TabConf doing amazing things here in Atlanta. we are doing our own conference, Bitcoin only conference, mind you, here at the Yucatan, which I'll invite you to so you can see what a real Bitcoin conference looks like.
But he said,
And then what I'm also saying is like Bitcoin news. So there are real Bitcoin conferences happening, David, outside of your
but
bubble
he
in
said
Las Vegas.
he said it's the big. He
What,
said
what I'm trying to say, David, is like outside of your bubble, there's other things going on. So that's what I'm trying to say. I think you just in your bubble where you exist, there's just that's what you
I don't think
see.
that's a point he made. He made. I think the point he made was that it was the biggest, and he, you know, by his own standards, the best. You know, and I think he's okay with people disagreeing with that.
Yeah, there's lots of great conferences out there. I'm not saying that there's not great conferences. I'm just saying that there's no other conference that's a 35,000 person event. Like it's a different thing. And yeah, I mean, I think it's good that we have it. I think that there's can be many different conferences that do different things really well. I think like what we're trying to do is we're trying to make Bitcoin mainstream. So like that's what we are trying to focus on.
Yeah,
In terms of your
I think I wanted to answer a question. I think you've addressed most of Car's